Long ago in the prosperous kingdom of Darshar, there ruled a noble and fearless king named Rayan. His bravery on the battlefield and his wisdom in governance had earned him the respect of his people. Yet, the greatest treasure in King Rayan's life was not his kingdom or riches. It was Anaya, a humble yet radiant woman from a small village. Anaya had a beauty that captivated hearts and a gentle nature that brought warmth to everyone she met. Despite being of different statuses, their love blossomed, and Rayan saw in her a partner who brought him not just joy, but peace in his heart. The kingdom adored Anaya, for she had the gift of connecting with the people, regardless of rank. One day, as they wandered through the lush valleys of Darshar, Anaya gazed upon the horizon where the magnificent Silverstone fort stood atop a distant hill. The fort, a marvel of architecture and strength, shimmered in the sunlight like a crown jewel. Its high walls, sprawling courtyards, and breathtaking views made it the most desired stronghold in the region. "I've always dreamed of living in that fort," Anaya said softly, a wistful smile playing on her lips. Rayan looked at her with love and determination. "If it is your wish, Anaya, then that fort shall be ours." The challenge. But Silverstone Fort was no ordinary place. It was ruled by King Alex, a cunning and ambitious ruler known for his military prowess. The fort had withstood countless sieges and was considered impenetrable due to its strategic location and robust defenses. King Rayan understood the challenge before him, but his resolve was unshakable. He would not risk his people's lives in a reckless war, nor would he break his promise to Anaya. Instead, he began planning carefully. The first step. Rayan gathered his most trusted advisors and strategists. Together, they studied maps of the region, analyzed the fort's supply routes, and devised a plan to weaken its defenses without engaging in a prolonged war. He learned that the fort relied heavily on supplies from the nearby village of Valenova. Food, water, and weapons were transported daily to sustain the soldiers within the fort. Cutting off these supplies would force the defenders to ration their resources and lower their morale. Rayan's army began their operation. Soldiers were stationed along the trade routes, blocking caravans and intercepting shipments headed for the fort. The Siege of Silverstone. King Alex soon realized what was happening. He doubled his patrols and sent reinforcements to protect the supply lines, but Rayan's soldiers were always one step ahead. Slowly, the fort began to weaken. Inside Silverstone, food became scarce, and the morale of the soldiers began to drop. King Rayan knew he couldn't rely solely on the siege. Silverstone's walls were too strong for a direct assault, and his people were growing restless. To end the stalemate, Rayan decided to use both his mind and courage. The decoy attack. Under the cover of darkness, Rayan sent a small force to attack the main gates of the fort. The attack was meant to distract King Alex and his soldiers, drawing their attention to one side of the fort. Meanwhile, Rayan's engineers had been working tirelessly on an underground tunnel. The tunnel led directly to the inner courtyard of the fort. It was narrow and dangerous, but it provided the perfect path for a surprise attack. The final assault. On the night of the decoy attack, King Rayan led a group of his bravest warriors through the tunnel. Emerging inside the fort, they launched a swift and precise attack on the guards. Soldiers caught off guard struggled to respond. As chaos erupted inside the fort, Rayan's main army stormed the gates. The combination of the inside attack and the frontal assault overwhelmed Alex's forces. After hours of intense fighting, the Iron Fort fell into Rayan's hands. Anaya's dream fulfilled. When the battle was over, King Rayan personally rode to bring Anaya to Silverstone. As they entered the grand gates, the courtyards were adorned with flowers, and the people of Darshar cheered. Rayan took Anaya to the highest tower of the fort, where they could see the entire kingdom stretching before them. "This is your home now," Rayan said, taking her hand. Anaya's eyes filled with tears. "You did all this for me?" "For you, I would do anything," Rayan replied with a gentle smile. A kingdom united. Though Rayan had won the fort for love, he ensured it served a greater purpose. Silverstone became a symbol of unity and strength for his kingdom. Its strategic location allowed Darshar to thrive as a center of trade and culture. King Alex, impressed by Rayon's strategy and his honorable treatment of the captured soldiers, sought peace. The two kingdoms signed a treaty, ending years of rivalry. Anaya's dream had not only brought her happiness, but also brought prosperity and unity to the land. King Rayan and Anaya's love story became a legend, told for generations as a tale of devotion, courage, and the power of love to shape history.